Superstars, how's it going? This is Coach Wood. So glad to be with you guys today. It's Friday and you are officially on the move with Coach. I am pumped up, you guys, because we've got a huge weekend of football upon us. We've been rocking and rolling, you guys, with the Locker Room Show. If you're joining the Before You Go Pro channel for the first time, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share with everybody that you know that loves football, because we get after it. We talk football. We take your questions. We're looking for your comments, and we've got a lot to talk about today, you guys. So let's get into it. Monday through Friday, you're on the move with Coach. Once again, I'm Coach Wood, and I would love to hear from you guys because we're building the best community on YouTube, the best football community, and I always love the feedback from you guys. So a couple of topics, you guys, I want to talk about today, and I know we got a big weekend. There's high school kids getting ready for playoffs. We've got college kids that are trying to position themselves for playoffs. We've got NFL popping, so it's a great time to be a football fan, you guys, or a player, a coach, or a parent of a football player. So today's topic, you guys, I happen to be looking over this weekend's college games. The D1 games coming up, the big boy FBS games, and we've been talking about it, but it really, for whatever reason, caught my attention this weekend looking at it, man. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out as I go on my daily walk. You're on the move with Coach, baby. But it's going to be interesting, you guys, to see how it all plays out. And what I'm talking about is the travel that we're putting these young men through, that have now entered into this new era of these super conferences. And we've got kids playing on the West Coast coming east. We got kids from the East and Southeast coming west. The travel is crazy, you guys. I was checking out this weekend's game, and do you know Washington flies all the way east to play Indiana? Well, not all the way east, but it's a nice flight for Washington. They play at 9 a.m. Pacific. 9 a.m. Pacific. When I was in college, you guys, I never played a game, I don't think, before 11:30. Most of the games were either at 11:30, they were at 12. I never played a game before 11:30. How's it going? These kids from Washington, which are obviously Pacific Northwest, these kids are gonna play at 9 a.m., you guys, Pacific. Now, for the kids from Indiana, it's not as bad. It's 11 a.m. for them. It's still an early game for them, but obviously they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, bringing Washington from the West Coast all the way out to Indiana and making those boys play at 9 a.m. Pacific. Indiana knows what they're doing, you know, so that's going to be tough for the Washington kids. They're probably going to be waking up at 6 a.m. Pacific to their bodies. Obviously, it's going to be later in Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, but it's going to be 6 a.m. probably when they wake up for their bodies. And then they're going to have to get ready for a game. They're going to have breakfast, and they got to go get ready for a Big Ten game and go bang some heads bright and early in the morning at 9 a.m. That's Little League time for the West Coast kids from Washington. So that's a huge advantage, you guys, a huge advantage for Indiana. Now, the other one, and this one, I want to hear from you guys which one is worse. Is it Washington playing super early in Indiana? Once again, we're talking Big Ten football. Or check this one out. Check this one out. And this is Big Ten football now. This is the new Big Ten. Check this out. USC and Rutgers. USC and Rutgers tonight, Friday night. That doesn't start till 8 p.m. Pacific. Rutgers is all the way in New York, you guys. Rutgers is in New York, so they're starting a game for their body clock. They're starting a game at 11 p.m. for the kids out of New Jersey when they come out to the Coliseum and play USC tonight. 11 p.m. on their body clock. Their body clock, they're not going to finish that game till probably 2 a.m., 2:30 on the East Coast. So it sucks for their family on the East Coast that wants to watch, someone they know play, whether it's a sibling, whether it's one of their kids, whether it's a former high school or teammate or something. It sucks for them if they're Rutgers fans because they got to stay up till 2 a.m. to watch the end of this game. But also think about the body clock, you guys, for the kids from Rutgers. Think about the body clock. They're going to start the game at 11 p.m. on the New York body clock. So it's going to be interesting, you guys, to see how these conferences play out when you think about the teams from the Pac-12 that decided to go to the ACC, that decided to go to the Big Ten. Some of these things, some of the travel is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how good the quality of play is for these teams. It's going to also be interesting to see if we see more injuries from these teams because of the travel, because of the lack of rest. I think more backups will be playing. So if you are a kid in the SEC or not the SEC, the ACC or the Big Ten, probably more backups will play in those conferences because it's just a lot more travel, a lot more mileage, wear and tear. All right, but I thought about that and I just thought immediately to the kids. I said, wow, these kids from the West Coast are playing 9 a.m. Headbanger games in the Big Ten. And then you got these kids from the East Coast playing super late games for them and their body clock. And I'm wondering what you think. What do you think before you go pro on the move with Coach audience? Do you think it's tougher for the West Coast kids to play these early games in the Big Ten? Or do you think it's tougher for the teams that are coming east and playing late on the West Coast? Which one's tougher, do you think, on the kids? And thank you. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the likes, the subscribes, the shares. Help boost us up through the algorithms so that we can get out to more football players, more parents, more coaches. All right, let's build an amazing football community. We want to give more content, more love to you guys because the industry's crazy right now. The last thing I want to talk about as I get my steps in and you are on the move with Coach Wood, the last thing I want to talk about, you guys, is where we're at in the season right now. We're getting to the middle and to the end. Some of you guys that are in high school are already past the middle. You're already past the middle. You're already knowing that your season's going to be over at the end of the regular season, or you're trying to position yourself right now for the playoffs. So we are at a critical part in the football season, you guys. As crazy as it sounds, it's going by fast as heck. We're at a critical part in the football season. Think about a workout. Think about a workout. Anybody could look great at the beginning of a workout. Now, you have to start the workout to see some progress in your life. You got to start the workout to see your physique get a little bit better. So just starting is a plus. But anybody can look good at the beginning of something. The superstars, you guys, separate themselves in the middle and in the end. It's all about how you look in the middle and in the end. The end is how you finish, right? So this is a very critical part in the season. This is where a lot of people that aren't mentally strong, they take their foot off the gas pedal, is right now in the season. This is where a lot of people got little nicks and bruises, little beat up and battered, and they throw in the towel. They don't finish as strong. They don't finish as strong. This is, some of you guys, unfortunately, are on terrible teams. And it's been a long season on that terrible team. And a lot of guys have already thrown in the towel. So how are you going to get through the middle and through the end of your football season? Are you going to stand out, or are you just going to be another person? That's something that I want you guys to think of, because the superstars are going to finish strong. The superstars are going to be the ones that you remember in the middle and in the end of the season. They're going to get stronger. I had a strength and conditioning coach, rest in peace, Doc Crease. He said the games they remember are played in November. The games they remember are played in November. Well, guess what? This is the last weekend of October, baby. We're almost to November. So you guys keep that in mind as you're on the move with Coach. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you're tuning into the Locker Room Show. Check out all of our content, because we want you guys to win. All right? Now, if you guys have any topics or questions for me or the rest of my team, please make sure you're putting it in the comments section. But also, you guys, I want to know, which one's tougher? Is it playing early as a West Coast kid, or is it playing late as an East Coast kid? We love you. We'll see you at the top. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one.